Let me ask you about the pound for pound thing first, Ilia, because it's the newest thing now that the rankings come out. I know Saturday you said, "Hey, it's more something for the media. I'm not really too concerned about it." But now that you are recognized as the top, not just the champion at 155, but the top pound for pound
It's
guy in the entire
always,
sport,
always,
does it matter to you, Ilia?
it's always nice and great when you get those kind of recognitions, and they put you as a number one fighter in the world, the pound for pound number one. That's something great. Not many people can say that. So I'm very proud about that fact.
Yeah, absolutely, as you should be. Ilia, do you think this is the greatest win streak in the history of this sport? I mean, not just the way you ended the fights, but the caliber of opponent that you have faced with, obviously, with Alex Volkanovski, with Max Holloway, and now Charles Oliveira. I think I did the math. You knocked all three of those guys out in like 22 minutes or so of fighting. Is greatest three stretch fight in the history?
I think so. I think so. Three legends, as you mentioned. Alexander Volkanovski, he was dominating the whole division. Max Holloway, another legend in the sport, and now Charles Oliveira. I don't know. I think that it's the greatest run. I think so.
It's hard to disagree with that. You know, Ilya, I know you said this to a bunch of people as you were heading into the fight with Charles, that you were going to put him to sleep and you weren't going to do it in the fourth round or the fifth round. You were going to do it in the first round. And I think a lot of people said, "Oh, this guy's crazy. Like, there's no way he's going to do this to Charles Oliveira." And then what do? You do exactly that. Where
Because
do you get
what I know.
Yeah. How do you know, Ilya? How do you know? Because you did something nobody else could do.
Yeah, because I know what I'm able to do inside that octagon. And when I used to say this, they think that I'm cocky, and it comes from cockiness. But in reality, it's because I know what I'm able to do inside that octagon. I know how skillful I am. I know how hard I work for every fight. So when I get the confirmation of the fight and I start to watch Charles fights, I was like, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round, because all I need from someone is him to stop in the middle of the octagon with me and really bang with me.
Right.
And then I'm gonna do the rest of the job. And with Charles, all he does all the time, he walks forward. He's a warrior. He's a lion. So I knew it. Like,
Wow.
I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. Once he's gonna start to walk forward, I'm gonna start with my combinations, and I'm gonna put him to sleep. But at the end of the day, all the respects for Charles. We respect him. We appreciate for everything he has done in the sport. He's an amazing sportsman, an amazing human being. He represents good values. He's always surrounded by his family, teammates, and friends. So I don't have anything else to say about him than respectful words.
Yeah, that was very cool to see you guys embrace after the fight to a really awesome moment of sportsmanship there. So basically, he was a willing dance partner. He wasn't going to run from you. He was going to stand there, and he would stand in front of you in exchange, and you knew you were going to get the better of
At
that.
some point, I was a little bit sad because I didn't want to fight against him since the beginning. My real goal always was Islam, but since he decided to run away, it has to be Charles.
Do you think did Islam go up to 170, Ilya, to avoid you? Is he scared to fight you?
Listen, I think that he took a great decision. If the UFC would offer him to fight against Justin Gaethje or some another contender in the division, I think that he would stay at 155. But with me coming up, he was like, I don't have to take this risk. I'm gonna move up to the 170. I'm gonna try to get another belt, and that's all, because he knows that I'm dangerous. He knows that I'm gonna put him to sleep. Even Khabib. The only reason they don't want me to fight against him, because they know that I'm gonna beat him.
With that said, what ideally would you like to do, Ilya? I mean, I think you're obviously the hottest guy in the promotion right now. I think there are,
Ideally, I would
yeah.
I would love to see Islam getting the title and the UFC letting me go up to 117 and getting the third belt.
How important? Nobody. We said 10 people have done 2 belts, Ilya, and obviously you are the 10th guy now.
No one,
Men and women. How important to be the first to do 3? I mean, that is almost incomprehensible.
I always used to say like this: if someone did it, I also can do it, and if no one did it, I can be the first one to do it. So here we are. I'm very excited.
Let me ask you about the strength, Ilya, because obviously Charles is a tall guy. Did you feel like you were at a strength disadvantage? Did you feel like nothing like that being 145 versus 155?
Any disadvantage? I didn't feel any disadvantage.
So any concerns about being at 170 that your power carries, or do you feel like that's power that would carry anywhere?
I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna feel comfortable in any weight class. Like they always used to say that they are taller than me because I'm not the tallest guy in the room.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm big.
Yeah.
I'm big. Short, but big.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to question your power. I mean, nobody with a brain at this point, I would think, but you never know. The Paddy Pimblett thing. Now I'm seeing reports that he might be fighting Gaethje. So, what is going on with Paddy?
With Paddy, all the fans around the world, I think that they want to see that fight. And at the same time,
yeah,
I have to be honest. I think it's one of the easiest fights that I could have in the lightweight division because I don't know. I can do with him whatever I want to do in reality. It's very excited fight for the fans.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna enjoy a lot the whole process, and at the same time, it's a fight where I'm gonna be able to shine once again.
Yeah. Probably a good paycheck too with that one.
That's for sure. That's
because you're such a prophet, how would you win that fight? What would be the prediction? I know you probably haven't studied him yet as closely as you will if it's made, but how would you win? When would you win? Give us some of that Ilia prediction magic.
Against Paddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to think about it because I don't know.
I won't hold you to it, so you can change your prediction.
I promise you, I could like choose the way I want to finish.
First round?
Be like, that's for sure. He's not gonna stay there for more than one round with me. But I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be cool to submit him in the ground with a triangle choke from the mount, something like that. Like as I told him, put my in his forehead.
Were you impressed by his performance over Chandler? I think a lot of people thought that Paddy was a popular guy, not a title contender, and maybe their minds were changed by his performance with Chandler. You weren't, though.
I wasn't impressed. I just saw an average level of competition in that fight. My motivation is to inspire people, and the only way to inspire people is to give them the example. So I want to be a role model for the new generations.